Good morning, you guys. I am back in Buffalo, as you can probably tell. I'm just here for a long weekend, so I came in yesterday, so Thursday at 11-ish a.m., and then I'm staying here till Monday morning. So basically the sole reason I'm even here is to get some more stuff done here. I took the little panel off of that area here, if you can tell, because I want to replace that and like finish that part of the kitchen. And I got a whole bunch of stuff that I had delivered here in anticipation of doing some of this house stuff, because honestly, living in Denver has been fun, but I do really miss like living somewhere that I own, like that I can renovate and do things to. So I just kind of needed that, a little time to do some of that crafty stuff. So that's why I'm here. If you didn't know, my sister has moved in here once I left to go to Denver. So she's living here. It was actually like super clean in here and really nice actually, until I came in and put all my stuff everywhere and started like working on construction-y stuff. So I just woke up, so I'm probably gonna have some coffee or tea. Get started. So I wanted to show you the first project that I'm going to be working on. I have two switches that I actually just found in the basement that I must have bought a while ago. And this switch is called liner paper. And apparently this is something that's a lot more commonly used in the UK. Not so much here. But I think, like, from everything I've read and seen, this seems to be the perfect material to use for my house, because I have concrete board covering the walls of this house, so there's a texture and it's very hard to finish the seams and the joints and stuff. So I'm going to use this to cover over it, and that should really smooth out the surface. And if that works well, I'm going to use this in the bathroom as well, just because I'm not happy with the texture that kind of turned out. Since it is so hard to finish walls like that. So like this wall where there's the seam here and all of the screw holes, it's hard to finish that, because if I put drywall mud on there, it would be really smooth in that section, but then the rest of it would have this slight concrete texture, which is not really what I'm going for. So basically with this, it's pre-pasted, so I just have to cut it to size, put it in like a bathtub of cold water, and it'll just stick right to the wall. So I'm really hoping that works. And then those new light switches are going here, because these light switches are seriously terrible. While I'm doing that, I'm also putting the concrete board here as well, which was there before. And I bought these, which are outlet spacers, or they're called Caterpillar spacers. And what these do is they go, well, first you snap them in place, like if you want to pull the outlet out this far, you'll just like snap it there and then cut it, the excess. And then with this, you attach this piece to the screw of the switch here, so then a bigger space between the switch or the outlet and the wall. So basically by putting the concrete board up over the existing wall, it'll sink in those switches. So to pull it back out so it's level with the concrete, I'm going to use this. Okay, wow, the lighting is just so bad in here, so I apologize for that. But I'm going to have some coffee. It looks like my sister left me some in this pot here, so I'm going to just drink the rest of that. I slept in until 9:30 today, which in Denver would be 7:30 a.m. Yesterday was pretty crazy. I don't know how I didn't take a nap or anything, and I went to bed at 1 a.m. This time, because my flight was at 5:30 in the morning, so I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, Denver time. And then I slept on the plane, but other than that, I did not get any additional sleep. But I really, really want to just get as much as I can done this weekend. It'd be really nice to get some things done here before my sister comes home at 4:30, just so she can come back and kind of like see some changes here, because this kitchen is not done yet. And the ceiling I would like to sand and finish, but I just hate sanding drywall because it's just such a mess, and I need to go find like my plastic sheet and all that stuff. So I'm gonna do that after the light switches and that stuff. So this is my partner in crime for the day. He's not very helpful, but he's good company. Yeah, I don't know. This camera is very hit or miss. It works super well outside and for traveling and walking and stuff because the gimbal on it is really nice to, you know, not have like shaky footage. But for stuff like this where it's like in a house, this camera is really just not it. So I was thinking about getting a new camera primarily for filming and stuff like that, but also just for photography, because it would be nice to have more photos of like my life in Denver and like when we travel and stuff. So I'm looking at the Sony ZV-E10. But yeah, this camera that I'm using now is the DJI Osmo Pocket, the first version. So this came out, I don't even know, probably like 4 years ago. And like I said, it does work well for certain things, but for being inside and really using like the manual settings to set like exposure and stuff like that, it just does not really work super well. Gosh, you guys, I am so exhausted already. But this is what I just did. I put some concrete board up here so that I can then cover it with that wallpaper liner. I just have to cut out a piece to fit right there. And then I'm going to switch out these light fixtures. I just had to look up how to do that since I wasn't entirely sure. But I'm pretty confident now, so yeah, I can work on that. Okay, guys, moving on to a different project. I have this paint and primer that I'm going to use on those light fixtures. Gotta shake it for a bit first. Okay, and I have my goggles and mask, and I put it all outside because I figured I don't want to make a mess inside. So, taped it up, sanded it a little bit, taped the stuff. Okay. Okay, I think I did it right. I mean, it's all coated on these sides and stuff, so yeah, I might have put a little too much paint on, but we'll see how that turns out when it dries. Oh my gosh, so these are the old gross light switches that look like they've been painted over multiple times. And here are the new ones. So I obviously still have to get this part and stuff, but I just wanted to make sure that this was all lined up correctly. And it is, but the only thing is that the on and off switch are like the opposite of what they're supposed to be. So I don't really know why that is, so I'll have to just take a look at it a little later, but yeah, that works. And then here's the board up here. I have to do above the door still, but the rest of it is on. I just filled in some of the cracks with some drywall compound, and then I'm going to go in with the wallpaper stuff. Good morning, you guys. I literally just woke up and you can probably tell. Getting ready to go. I have to go to the airport today. In about an hour I'm getting picked up. I just booked an Uber or a Lyft last night to just drive me to the airport. So I'm just getting ready to go. I'm gonna be back here in 2 weeks, so it'll be nice to come back so soon and to finish up stuff, but as I just showed, I did paint the lights up there, and I think it looks a million times better. And that was kind of the plan the whole time, is I knew that the gold didn't really work here because everything else is black, so it doesn't really make sense. I was either going to like replace the light fixtures for an actual black one or have it spray painted. It turns out spray painting is actually super easy, so that worked out perfectly. And then the other thing I did was, this wall. You can tell I put on the, I'm just gonna call wallpaper, but it's technically wall liner. So it's like a thicker wallpaper that you can paint over and all that, just to hide some imperfections. That's the extent of what I did this weekend. I definitely got a lot done, I think. And I'm excited to do even more when I come back. But yeah, and then also, if you didn't notice, I did buy a new camera. There was an open box sale at Best Buy, and I've been like checking the open box prices for over a year now for this camera, because I've really wanted this for a while, but I just couldn't justify $800 for it. But there was an open box deal. I said it was satisfactory, and it was $640. So honestly, I think that's a pretty good deal. And I checked this camera and it looks perfect. The only thing that was messed up was the box, which I don't even care about. So yeah, so far so good. I definitely have to mess with the settings and stuff later. Right now it's just on auto because I'm kind of in a hurry to get going, but I'm looking forward to it. All my sit down videos and stuff will be on this camera now. Travel vlog stuff will likely still be on my DJI camera just because it's lighter and it's got the gimbal and everything. But this is gonna be my new regular everyday camera. Okay, I know this stuff is probably terrible for you, but my sister had this here and it is seriously so good. I've been drinking coffee all weekend, which I typically don't do, just because this tastes so good. It's not great. Actually, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought, but this tastes so good, and I just added some in here, but I kind of want to add more just because the flavor is so good. Bye, buddy. See you in 2 weeks. Okay, I am off to the airport now, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.